My name is Samuel James, Samuel Sandman James. I am a professional fighter. I served in the Army, U.S. Army active duty for 6 years. Memorial Day means a lot to me, man. For me, Memorial Day is about celebrating the lives and the sacrifices of my friends that passed, in their service. Celebrating, all the soldiers, sailors, airmen, all the first responders, and just, remembering them, acknowledging them because they made the ultimate sacrifice, and they are our true heroes. So I think Memorial Day is super important, and as Americans, that's a holiday that we need to start putting putting more of a priority. So. Man, being American to me is, first of all, being free, being absolutely free to do as I please. And I say that with caution, I think at the same time, being American is frustrating. I feel like we still trying to figure it all out as Americans, as America. We're trying to figure it all out. And it's a lot of things that we as Americans, if we're gonna call ourselves Americans, we need to acknowledge, and we can't grow as a country until we acknowledge a lot of stuff. So to be an American is frustrating, but it's freedom. I feel like it's a small majority of, or a small portion of Americans that probably really celebrate Memorial Day. Really take the day to spend time, learning about a veteran or remembering a veteran that served and made the ultimate sacrifice, passed away. I feel like, man, probably a lot of us, a lot of people that celebrate Memorial Day are really the people that probably have family members that passed, family members that died. So, yeah, I don't think it's a part of the culture anymore. I think it's something that it's died off. I mean, that last war, Iraq and Afghanistan, man, I feel like that killed our American dream. I mean, we started the Iraq war and then we went straight into a depression, and I mean, nothing really got good. You know what I mean? We just kind of moved with the time. So. Spend time learning about a veteran. You know what I mean? Make it a part of the day to teach your kids about Memorial Day, about the sacrifices that soldiers make, the sacrifice that our military makes for us, and I think that's something that we can do. You know what I mean? And a lot of people can get real political about it all, but it's not about the politics. You know what I mean? It's at the end of the day, it's about celebrating the life of these people. You know what I'm saying? And I guess keeping their memory alive. Like I said, I consider those people making ultimate sacrifice. We say ultimate sacrifice, right? I say ultimate sacrifice because this is somebody we're talking about who died in service, in service to others. That's the ultimate sacrifice.
Wow, service to others.
Right.
Shit.
That's why that's live your life to serve your people. And so when I say, the first responders, I mean, hell, I'm talking about the firefighters, the policemen, and the EMTs that were at the Twin Towers during 9/11. You know what I mean? They were the first responders on the ground. Everybody else ran from the towers while firefighters and police officers were running to the ship to help people get out of the rubble, to help people get away from the building before it collapsed, right? And a lot of those people died. A lot of those police officers and EMTs and things, they died, you know, from the exposure to the concrete, the silica, and all of that stuff. They got cancer and died, man. Some of them died in it, but you know what I mean? Like, so, you know, like I said, making the ultimate sacrifice, giving your life in service of others. You know, so if I feel like, you know, if it falls under that umbrella, you know, they can be celebrated on Memorial Day.
Great answer. Great answer.
Veterans are not crazy. Veterans are not crazy. Not crazy. Veteran mental health. I have to speak to PTSD. You know, speak on PTSD because I think that's what, you know, everybody thinks of when they think of veterans and mental health. It's PTSD. PTSD isn't exclusive to veterans. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk about. Sadly, there was a mass shooting in Buffalo. Yeah, the Buffalo shooting. And for example, man, there was a little girl and there was a child. She had to go and jump into a cooler to survive the slaughter, that massacre, right? She's gonna have PTSD for the rest of her life. She's gonna need counseling and therapy and everything like that. She'll probably find a place where she can get over it or move forward with her life, but I guarantee you, that's gonna stick with her the rest of her life. You know, getting better doesn't mean being cured, right?
Right.
Sometimes you just gotta learn how to deal with it, the trauma. You know, that's what we're talking about here. It's trauma based. So like I said, you know, the PTSD isn't exclusive to veterans. You know, we all have, you know, we all need help with those that experience trauma. We all need help with the mental health. You know what I'm saying? One thing I want to do, see, look, there's a lot of resources, right? There could be more, but one thing I want to do is act like there are not resources out there, because there are. I think the same thing I said about America, dog. Like, love America. I don't like the system. I feel the same way about the VA, you know, and how we deal with our veterans. You know, I love some of the programs that we have through the VA, you know what I mean, for mental health and physical disabilities and all kinds of things like that. You know, there's a lot of stuff out there. You know, I actually got a buddy that does a retreat, you know what I mean, and it's specifically for veterans. You know, we go out, ride horses, garden, do a whole bunch of crazy shit. It's, you know, there's stuff out there. I think the problem is the people that run the system. There's no excuse for a veteran that was in the surge in 2003 or whenever, 2004, this dude can't get medical benefits. You know what I mean? Somebody needs to be held responsible for that. You know, my brother, rest in peace, freaking died because the VA had him on drugs that he shouldn't have been on. They had him mixing 2 different drugs that he should have been mixing for 10 years, but his body got used to it and they tried to wing him off of it. And he fucking died. So, you know, that's, you know, I don't know what type of doctors work at the VA. You know, I don't know what type of nurses get hired at the VA. But every time I go, I always feel like I'm in a bootleg hospital, not in a real hospital. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if it doesn't matter if it's a person that doesn't give a shit. And so I think the answer to, you know, that problem is, you know, deeper vetting, I guess. You know, we really need to make sure or do our best to ensure that we're hiring people that want to give service to veterans. We're hiring people that want to really service veterans. Not just a job, not just a salary.
Yeah.
Because it's important. That's why you got veterans fucking going to the damn VA and killing themselves in the motherfucking parking lot to send a message. Like, that's some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even, look, bro, I won't say crazy, that's some triggered shit.
Right.
Because shit's provoked. Motherfuckers ain't crazy.
I mean,
that's an excuse that a lot of people use to justify the irrational behavior of another person. Calling them crazy. That's bullshit. They ain't crazy. That motherfucker just, shit, they don't give a fuck. I mean, maybe they're sick, you know, and they need help, right? For what they're sick for, and the VA ain't giving it to them, so they get triggered. You know, I don't know. I just feel like, a lot of guys ain't crazy, dog. Yeah, people snap and shit, but for the most part, a lot of dudes ain't crazy. So, and a lot of people that kill themselves, I hate that. Throughout this, I have a lot of conversations about mental health. I have friends that committed suicide and things of that nature. And, I don't like that people try to make it seem like they were a coward or that they, were crazy or, yeah, they needed mental health. Needing mental health, having strong mental health or having weak mental health doesn't mean that you're crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really need to get out of that. We need to be more careful about how we use our words.
For sure.
Especially when we talk about veterans and stuff. I mean, it's mental health. There's something going on, especially like with PTSD. One time when I was in the military, they explained it to us like there's like a glitch somewhere in the brain that ain't, that synapse ain't going nowhere. It ain't connecting to shit. They're not sending messages and shit.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Trauma literally, like, chemically changes the brain.
Right. Change your whole physical
like
makeup.
It rewires a lot, if not everything. You know?
Yeah.
And it's, and I like what you said. Like we're not crazy. It's like, how would the average person, how would the average American react or respond to experiencing the experiences people in the field experience,
exactly, dude.
And then coming back here to the great old America. Yeah, I'm just gonna go buy a honey bun.
Right. And I mean, it's kind of like you said, you experience going to South America with your family, and coming back to America is kind of a culture shock because you get to see how privileged we are here. You know what I mean? It's like you get that same feeling going over there. Of course you want to get back home ASAP, but you go over there and you get to see, the lifestyle difference. You know what I'm saying? And it really gives you perspective. You know what I'm saying? You get something to be grateful for, truly. You know what I'm saying?
And it'd be the smallest things.
Right. The smallest things. I mean, man, I remember, and it's like you said, the small things, like being able to get care packages, dog. Like getting care packages. I remember, mail go days after mail. It wasn't no mail day. Mail just came when it came, And days that we got mail, dog, you don't even fuck a letter. Like, where the boxes at? You know what I'm saying? Like, where the boxes with the goodies and the snacks, with the cigarettes in them, with the alcohol in them, because people kind of sneakers, alcohol and shit. But yeah, man, those right there, those like getting a pack of cigarettes from America. That was some good shit right there.
Okay,
bro. So made you feel at home. Memory I have of my military experience. Iraq, 2009, just being in the guard tower at our JCOP, we were in the North Tower with my NCO, Sergeant Love, rest in peace, he passed away. But being in the guard tower with him, we had great conversations, man. We talked about life, we talked about war, we talked about, our wives, women, everything, you know what I mean? You got fucking 6 hours in the guard tower, you're gonna talk, chop it up. And so the one thing that he told me was, because I asked a lot of questions, I was a very motivated young private. I wanted to learn, I wanted to progress, I wanted to grow. I wanted to be good at my job. So he was my first line NCO. So I just asked a lot of questions and stuff. And one day we were talking and he told me he said, if you wanna grow in the military, you wanna be the best, you gotta outshine your peers. So outshine your peers in everything you do. Outshine your peers in PT, in your knowledge, in the knowledge of your job, outshine your peers in every area. And so that stuck with me. That's a fond memory because that moment was so significant that it stayed with me throughout my military career. Throughout my 4 years after that I was still in. And I went on 2 years after that to I was a private then, and 2 years after that I became a sergeant. I fast tracked, because I was motivated, man. Like I said, and now I had what I thought was the recipe, to outshine my peers. Not to not be a good teammate, but to outshine my peers in everything that we do. Be an even better teammate. You know what I mean? Volunteer. Do all the shit that they tell you not to do.
And you see that kind of leaking into like your now professional career in MMA.
Yeah.
With the whole just team atmosphere and just You know, and I think that's just the thing with athletes in general. You know, like every athlete has some dog in them.
Yeah.
You know, and you gotta have some.
Yeah, you got to, man.
You know?
Especially in our sport, you know, you gotta have some dog in you. You know, you gotta be able to run with the crowd, run with the pack. You know,
or by yourself.
Mm-hmm. You know, but I mean, when I say run with the pack, I don't mean like fit in. I mean being able to keep up. You gotta be able to hang. You know, can you catch a fade with everybody in here? You know what I mean? Because that's what it means. Like, you gotta be able to catch a fade with everybody in this room right now. That's what it is. On Saturday when we go spar, we finna go beat each other up. You know what I mean? And everybody gonna go with everybody. You know what I mean? Can you hang with the dogs, bro? That shit is for real. You know, you gotta have a little bit of dog in you, but it's important to know that, and to know that you're not made of glass. You know, and for me, when I get in there and I'm doing my thing, like I said, that's the best place for me, man. That's where I feel alive. That's where I feel. That's where my meditation happens. You know what I mean? When my body is at a fasted state. You know, where I haven't had as much carbs, I haven't had as much water as I normally would on a normal day, right? You know, had to weigh in, had to make weight, and so now my body is still in the replenishing mode, and I'm getting ready to fight. So everything's coming back to life. It's like rebuilding a new engine every time you get ready to fight, going out there and running that bitch till the wheels fall off, you know? So yeah, definitely take that mentality into my training, man, because you know, I don't want to be, I always think in my head, I don't want to be the guy that didn't do something and then I lose. And you know, I be thinking about that, you know what I mean? Because when you lose, it's like, damn, all you can say is damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's it, you know? But it's about making sure you put in that work, you know what I mean? And that in itself is gonna help you level up, you know what I mean? Doing the things that others don't want to do, doing the things that you don't want to do, doing them like you love it, like Mike Tyson said. And discipline. That's the utmost priority, you know, as a father, to set a path for my kids, you know, to give them the guidance to navigate the fucking water, man. You know, it's a deep ocean outside. It's a whole lot of sharks. You know what I'm saying? And I know I can't watch them 24/7, but at least I can do is provide the path. You know what I mean? If I can do that, I feel accomplished. You know what I mean? And I say providing the path, I mean providing opportunities, generational wealth, providing generational health, providing spirituality. You know what I mean? Teaching my kids about life, teaching my kids about death. You know, teaching them everything that I can teach them and guiding them until I'm not here anymore. You know what I'm saying?
And then hopefully let that cycle continue. Pass on all of the good that I have in me to them. And I'll take all the negative with me in the afterlife. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
I can pass the good to them. We did some good. Did a good job. Hey, appreciate you, man. Thanks for the interview. Thanks for having me, dog. You know, I just want to give a shout out to Team Reaper, one of my sponsors. Been with me for like 3 years running. Give a shout out to Original Fresh Prince. You know, I'm wearing all my sponsors drip, man. You know what I'm saying? How we get down. Shout out to Go Living Equity Group. They've been with me for like 2 years now, man. If you got any real estate needs, real estate questions, you want to get into real estate, Go Living Equity Group on Instagram. Those guys you need to go hit up. And also, shout out to Ranger Candy Coffee Company. They're a veteran-owned coffee company. You know, we're coming close to Memorial Day. Go ahead and buy some of that coffee. You can use code Sandman for free shipping. And again, it's Ranger Candy Coffee Company. Appreciate you, dog.